Welcome new subscribers, old subscribers, potential subscribers to another episode of Jacob's Weekend Cooks. Today I'm gonna be doing a little steak experiment. Typically what we do with steaks, I like to season them a day before and let them absorb that flavor. Let them dry age, dry brine to say prior to cooking them. But what I'm gonna do today is utter blasphemy. What I got are some ribeye steaks from H-E-B. They're in the packaging. I'm not gonna take them out. What I'm gonna do is get these, throw them in the grill. Steak A is gonna go to the grill. It's gonna get seasoned prior to entering the grill. Steak B is gonna get seasoned midway through grilling, which is gonna be when I start the sear process. And steak C is gonna get seasoning after the sear process. So we're gonna see when is the optimum time to season the steak, aside from seasoning prior to the actual cook, a day, an hour or so before the cook. So without further ado, I'm gonna go get that fire started and we're gonna start cooking up these steaks. Okay, say you're cooking your steaks and your temp gets out of control. Look at mine. Mine was at 300 plus. Okay, it happens to everybody. You put a new log inside the firebox and it starts getting temp crazy. What I do in this situation, I like to open the firebox and you'll let that heat come up to the top, come out, and it won't go into the firebox. So your temp will start coming down. Like I said, I was at about 325 to 350 and now I'm back down to 275. Look, to finish off these steaks, if I have to, I will leave that firebox open until I finish off these steaks. I don't need very much more. Like I said, we're going 115 degrees. Right now we're at 109. So hopefully this temp drops a little bit more. And if not, hey, open this up. Let that heat out. Don't be afraid. See, the thing with cooking barbecue, sometimes you gotta make adjustments, so you gotta work on the fly. So don't be afraid to make adjustments that sound weird, sound different. As long as you can get what you need, it'll work. And on these steaks, look at them, reverse sear. What you want on reverse sear steaks is you want it to be dry on the exterior, and you see how they're kind of moist. That moisture won't let them get that crust. So right now we gotta slow these steaks down. Like I said, we're at 109. All we gotta go is to 115. So right now we're gonna try to stall these steaks out, let them dry out on the outside. And if worst comes to worst, I got one more trick for y'all. We've come to that point. We're gonna start searing these steaks. This one right here is looking dry on the exterior, so it's gonna get that nice char. This other one is still kind of looking moist, but I got a little trick for that. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put some avocado oil on my little homemade Blackstone grill. We got this grill about 500 degrees on this side and this side. On the center is about 600, so we're gonna try to stay away from that side. But yeah, it's not gonna take very long. Get a nice crisp exterior on the steak. Probably about maybe 45 seconds each side, maybe less. We'll just look at it as we go. Okay, here's this first steak out of the grill. It's got a nice crispy exterior. I don't know if you can hear the crust. Yeah, looking good, man. Can't wait to bite into this one, right? Okay, this is steak number A, letter A, seasoned first. Now we're gonna do steak B, which is gonna be seasoned prior to the actual, what is it, sear. So here we go. Remember, 45 seconds. Okay, first flip and look at this steak. Man, it got a real nice exterior. So yeah, it didn't have very much moisture on the exterior, because if it did it, it wouldn't have gotten this nice crispy. So yeah, we're gonna give it a couple more flips, because yeah, we want that extra crisp and that nice little crunch in it. And then we want this fat to get a little toasted as well. So yeah, like I said, we're only halfway there. Okay, we got the second steak out of the sear section. Sounds nice and crispy, just like the first. It looks nice and juicy. But what I'm worried about is that these steaks, being as thin as they are, they might be a little more well done than I want. Okay, but now we're on the third steak. This steak is not gonna get any seasoning till after the sear. So let's see how this goes. But you know what? Let me put this bad boy back. Gotta clean off this salt, because remember, we're not getting any seasoning on here. Okay, here we go. Time to sear this one. And flip on the steak that has no seasoning is getting a real nice crispy crust exterior. The fat is getting nice and fried, I guess, on the heat. So yeah, it's looking real good. So we'll see how it tastes after we season it. Okay, got the third steak out of the grill. Seasoned it up with a salt and pepper. All I'm lacking is the garlic. Okay, got the garlic on. So here we are. We're gonna take these inside, give them a little maybe 5-minute rest period, and then we're gonna slice them up and see what they taste like. Okay, here we are inside. Steaks are looking nice and juicy. They got a nice crust. I don't know if you can hear it when I drag this knife. Okay, this is steak A, had the seasoning prior to entering the grill. Steak B, that had seasoning when we hit the sear. And this is steak C, that got seasoned at the end of the process. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a thin strip from each of the center sections of each steak to try it out and let you know my opinion of which seasoning process works better. Okay, so here we go, steak A. I can already tell you this steak right here is not my steak, so I can't get that big of a slice. But look at the interior, perfectly cooked. It's got a nice hot pink interior, and it's got a nice crust on the exterior and very little brown. That's what you want on a steak. Okay, that's steak A. Put this off to the side. Got steak B. I'm worried about these steaks that I may have overcooked them, because look at how thin they are. So steak B might have been overcooked, and that's what it's looking like. It might be a little bit more well done than I want, but that's fine as long as they're not gray. The steak is not gray. So we got nice smoke on the exterior, and it's a little bit warmer on the center, more medium, maybe medium well, but that's fine. Okay, this is steak B. Okay, here we are on steak C. Steak C sounds like it's got the nicest crust of all of them. It sounds really, really good. But like I said on all the other steaks, is that I may have passed on the temp, but that's fine. This is home cooking. We're not trying to win no $500 deal from the cooking channel. Anyways, look at it. It's got nice exterior smoke. You can see here on this part, warm center. I'm gonna say it's more medium well. But yeah, it's looking just as delicious as the other ones. So right now, I'm gonna sit down with a plate and I'm gonna take a bite of each of these three, and I'm gonna give you my review.